E aí pessoal, beleza? Hoje eu tô aqui em Greenwich, North Greenwich, em London, e eu vou experimentar andar no Cable Car, que é o teleférico de Londres aqui. Aí ganhei um mapinha aqui, o cartão. Vamos ver como é que é, se é alto mesmo. A gente gosta de altura, vamos lá. E aí pessoal, agora já era, agora não tem mais volta, né? Vambora, danado. Se o cara tem medo, tem que enfrentar. Isso aí, vamos lá.
Welcome aboard the Emirates airline. For your safety and comfort, we request that you remain seated at all times. Thank you and enjoy the flight.
Vambora.
Welcome to your northbound flight on the Emirates airline. On your journey you'll be surrounded by unique... Emirates airline is the latest way to cross the Thames. Rising to 90 metres at its peak, it's also the highest. But in 1843, hidden from view just beyond the buildings of Canary Wharf, a Thames crossing opened that was 23 metres below the river's surface.
We are now sitting, and on the first day there are 50,000 visitors, and the band of the Coldstream Guards play
Friozinho na
patriotic
barriga, ah caraca.
music. In its day, this
Ei,
was
troço
the
alto.
world's most successful visitor attraction.
Os prédios gigantes vão ficando pequenos.
What Brunel did here,
Sozinho
he
aqui, né?
created a cage for the miners to
Os
work.
colegas não quiseram vir,
This
ficar
is
com
the
medo.
worst job in the world. They are
Convidei, ninguém
showering
veio.
sewage, but they only work 2-hour shifts. They collapse after 2 hours, and they're carried out, and they're replaced by men who are still breathing. That's pretty much what they do even today. This
Barriers in the world, and it's been protecting London for more than 30 years.
The original design criteria was to protect against the 1 in 1,000 floods in the year 2030. So they used the data they had available and they projected that into the future, and they built extra safety margins in, and it looks like we'll be okay until 2070. The barrier is composed of 10 gates, the largest of which are 3,300 tonnes, approximately a third of an Eiffel Tower's worth of metal in each one, and they rotate into position.
It's like a deterrent, you behave yourself, or otherwise this is going to happen. You can come to this area and you can walk around and you can see where all these things happen.
The East End docks have undergone major redevelopment in recent decades. Royal Victoria Dock is now home to XL London, one of the largest exhibition centres in Europe. King George V Dock has become the grounds for City Airport. The Royal Albert Dock to the north of the airport is next for redevelopment.
Royal Albert Dock used to be the commercial centre for the British Empire. Beef used to come from Argentina and other places, and it went on trains into London. But this was the meat store when the meat first came off the ships. This is going to be an Asian business port.
The technological revolution began in the Lee Valley in 1904 by a man called Professor Ambrose Fleming, and he invented a thing called the diode valve. All the electronic gizmos we have today can be traced back to this single, simple device. The first jet airliner, the Comet, was built at Hatfield here in the Lee Valley.
The floor was just electrified, and the noise got louder and louder. Just all the hairs on my body just lifted up. I think my dad shed a little bit of a tear, but he doesn't like to admit it. The support the British athletes got, the support every athlete got, was just immense. Anyone and everyone involved loved it. They'll recollect that memory as one of the biggest days of their lives. Hopefully I can share this memory and inspire the next generation of athletes coming through.
The Olympic Park is a catalyst for the regeneration of large parts of
cidade
East
toda de
London.
Londres lá.
Continues from the
Aqui o cara
Olympic
enxerga
legacy.
tudo.
There are opportunities for people
Muito
to take
massa.
part in skills and training programs. It's a fantastic green space
E a
and
vista?
a great place to just come and explore.
Beneath our flight path is the distinctive red lightship at Trinity Buoy Wharf, where the Thames is joined by the Lee Valley River. Michael Faraday, one of the world's most important scientists, had a workshop at the wharf, and it's still home to creative thinkers and artists.
We're at the Parker Generations chain store in Trinity Buoy Wharf. Parkour is largely about relative challenge, so it's never about just doing the biggest jump that anyone can, it's more about challenging yourself. We've got this incredible facility to train at, and it's such a positive thing to have. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the space can do for the community. If you come from the East India Station to here, there's all kinds of incredible installations, strange little pieces of street art, which kind of ties in quite well to parkour.
Que vista.
Yeah, there's all sorts of weird and wonderful people doing interesting things down here.
I made the fish as a temporary measure, and then someone...
Canary Wharf rose into the sky. It now contains many of the tallest buildings in the UK, and more than 100,000 people work in the district.
The original idea of Canary Wharf came about by accident. The government had invited down a guy called Michael von Clem, who was a banker, but was really looking for a site for a factory. And he looked around and he said, well, actually not a great site for a factory. But he knew that banking was changing and he was going to need massive trading floors for his bank. And that's where the idea came from. Canary Wharf allows London to have a modern face because so much of London that we love is preserved and we like it to stay preserved. Canary Wharf is the fastest growing and largest new business district in Europe. When it is completely built out, there'll be about 25 million square feet of space. And in terms of the working population, there'll be about 200,000 people.
Crossrail, when it's fully operational, will bring a whole new working population to Canary Wharf.
Lots and lots of exciting developments have happened in the east side of London.
The boats go 30 knots, so approximately 40 miles an hour, so probably one of the fastest modes of transport in London.
The river bus service runs every 20 minutes to North Greenwich Pier, which is just a 5-minute walk from the Emirates airline. Now coming into Greenwich, you should probably see the Royal Maritime Museum. It's a fantastic location and it's just an 8-minute trip from North Greenwich.
I think the river's got a key role to play for the regeneration of East London.
We very much see the Thames as a tube line in the future.
The Greenwich Peninsula is home to the O2, the world's most popular music and entertainment venue. The area is soon to undergo major redevelopment, creating a vibrant new district covering almost 200 acres. It's one of the largest regeneration projects in Europe.
One of the great things about the peninsula is that it is actually an island site. You have a mile and a half of uninterrupted river frontage. Obviously the O2 attracts 15,000 people on a number of nights a year. Our Dragon is a Hong Kong-owned new development. It's one of the biggest regeneration schemes in the country, if not in Europe. You will probably realistically be looking...
It's also the inspiration for a new world-class sculpture
medo todo mundo tem, só não pode deixar o medo de ter parar, né? Te impedir de fazer as coisas. Por causa do medo. Beleza?
The Line is a project that will